Yesterday was a massive day for Bitcoin, which will probably dictate the direction of the market for the next few days and even potentially weeks. Let me explain why in this very important update. First of all, if you recap what happened in my last update, if you remember, price was right there, hovering below $100,000. And I was very openly bullish and expecting higher prices because I had one major target, which was the fill of this imbalance at $100,600. Now, unfortunately, I did want to see a drop first and then a reversal to the upside, which did not happen, so personally I was left on the sidelines. Now, very quickly, when we got the move up towards my target, I did decide to take a short position, even though we didn't have the best RE close. If I open the chart, it was a pretty strong close above my level, as you can see, but I did decide to give the short a shot, which did turn into a loss. And one reason I decided to short this level, even though we didn't have the best close, was because the only next level that I saw to the upside was $104,800. So as we had the imbalances below us, I did want to see them act as support before seeing a reversal to the upside. The first interesting level was $100,700, but then what happened? We got the drop, we had a pretty big imbalance, and then when I saw this second imbalance at the lows, I did decide to open a long position, which did also turn into a break-even trade pretty much. So in the end, we got a pretty bearish daily close, and what I said was that we have a very bearish daily candle close, and I did expect a break of $90,000 over the coming days and weeks. So with that said, if I go back over to the charts, as you can see, the day opened, we had a very small move up, but then price simply continued on dropping to the downside. So with that said, do I still expect lower prices? And as usual, what levels we have above us and what levels we have below us. And very quickly actually, since I did also talk about Ethereum in my last update, I want to do a quick update on this coin. So if I just remove these levels. Again, in my last update, what I said was that if Ethereum moves straight up and left this hourly imbalance behind, this would be a pretty bearish sign, and I was interested in a short position at $3,770. Now, again, unfortunately, we got the move up, we left this imbalance behind, which as I said in the last update was a bearish sign, but for my short position, I did want to see this level tapped, but in the end Ethereum did reverse to the downside and almost reached the quarterly pivot that I outlined at $3,273. But overall, I do still expect lower prices, so we could, for example, on Ethereum, get a bounce and then a reversal to the downside. I do believe that over the coming days, we will drop back below $3,000. In any case, back to Bitcoin, what levels, as I said, do we have above us and below us? Well, below us, the levels haven't changed since my last update. I had outlined this one support at $94,400, which was this 4-hour imbalance, which is also an hourly imbalance. And that's honestly the only support that I see on Bitcoin. Personally, I'm not longing it simply because I'm pretty bearish, but as you can see on the lower time frames, we did get a drop exactly to my level and we are seeing a very nice bounce to the upside. So I would say that probably if Bitcoin is able to come back up and clear this hourly imbalance, so if it's able to break back above $96,400, then at this point we could get a bit of a bigger rise to the upside. So that's mainly to the downside what I'm looking at. Again, is this support level is the only one that I outlined in my previous update. And as you can see, it is offering a pretty nice bounce at the moment. So with that said, to the upside, I am looking for short positions, as I said, and I'm mainly interested in one area, which would be around the open of this 4-hour candle, so around $97,900. And the reason for that is that as I expect lower prices, you tend to leave imbalances behind. So if we can get a bounce from here, and price does indeed move higher, and we get, for example, something like this, then at this point I will probably open a short position with a target of below $90,000. Again, if you remember in my previous update, we have this very important quarterly pivot, which was almost hit on Ethereum as I just showed you, and I do believe will get hit on Bitcoin at $88,500. So with that said, that was mainly it for this update. A quick recap, I expect lower prices simply because we have a very bearish daily candle right there, which completely engulfed the previous daily candle, which was an imbalance. This is very important to note. Then if you go on the lower time frames, we have one support on Bitcoin, $94,400, which is trying to offer a bounce at the moment. Personally, I'm not longing this simply because I'm leaning much more bearish. But if we're able to get a bounce, I will be interested in a short position, maybe at the high of this imbalance. So if I mark at this level, $96,400. But if you break above it, I would love to get a short position somewhere around $97,900. So if you could get a move up and a rejection, then at this point, this could offer a very nice short position. So with all of that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this update. And as usual, if you have any questions, I'm available inside the Discord. So see you soon, everyone, and good luck.